Enzo and Michael. Okay, I think we just had some connection glitch there, but just in time to see Kenzo and Michael. Michael going all the way with Pocket Kings. Kenzo calling. Both players showing Pocket Kings. All right, this is almost going to chop unless one of these kings improve to a one card flash. We'll see that. Flop is ace high. A runner spade may favor Kenzo here. Let's see. And the queen of spade, another spade will win this. We've seen this happen. And it did. Oh my God, look at that. Kenzo Mendoza is not yet finished. Busting people out on the final table. Chop na nga lang eh, di ba? Para kay Rolly. Yeah, oo, madali naman magtagalog, kaya lang may mga nanonood kasi sa ating foreigner. So, para sa makasabay din sila. Yan. Paghirap din sa English, meron namang ABS-CBN. Tsaka Kapuso Channel. Oo, pwede na lang doon. Ayan. Ayan, para kay Rolly, ayan. 'Di ba? Chop na nga lang, nanalo pa. Si Kenzo, 'yun ang sinasabi natin, 'di ba? Iba rin pagka talagang nakaguhit sa tadhana. Ayan. Oo. Pasayahin natin si Rolly Sanim. All right. So John Michael Thomas exiting the tournament at 7th place. Ayun. Shout out Primo de Vera Jr. Oo, Rolly. Basta nanonood ka, hindi kami maglalag. Diyan ka lang. Huwag kang aalis. Ikaw ang susi para hindi mag-lag ang ating live stream. Diyan ka lang. Kaya lang hindi maiwasan, kailangan natin mag-Ingles kasi hindi lang ikaw ang nanonood ng ating live stream. Di ba? Pero huwag kang mag-alala, isusubukan kong i-convert sa Tagalog pagkatapos kong Englishin yung ating pagko-commentate dito. Oo. Alright, we're back to the action. Edward Tan versus Mau Balawitan. Edward with ace jack off. Mau with ace deuce suited. The flop is jack 7 queen. Ayan. Shout out Jun Mondalo. Shout out sa Team De Camps na nagko-compete ngayon sa Malaysia. Na shout out namin kayo kanina pero good to see you watching. Ken Mira, magandang gabi. Oo, Tonton, hayaan mo pag-aaralan. Sa susunod, maglalagay tayo ng marunong sa sign language para sa lahat mag-enjoy sa ating live stream. Alright, eto. So, Edward Tan taking down that pot against Mau Balawitan. Marga Saliven, good evening to you. Carlo Ramos. Mapagpasensya naman tayo sa lahat na nanonood. Alam mo, pag tayo nanonood ng ganitong live stream, gusto natin lahat mag-enjoy. Kung anong gusto nyo hanggat kaya natin, pagbibigyan natin yan. English, Tagalog, ha? Kapampangan, kung alam natin, pagbibigyan natin lahat. Oo. Okay, Jopao Haen, magandang gabi rin sa'yo. Gilbert Yap, shout out daw, railing for Eliezer Oloski Castillo. James Cabral, shout out, watching from Karkar, Cebu. Alright, we continue with the action. The blinds right now is 15,000, 30,000, big blind ante of 30,000. If you have just joined this live stream, as we see Carl Francis Quebec going all in with A7 suited, he shoves all of his 455,000 to the middle. Yun lang, Eton, baka hindi tayo marunong mag-Mandarin. Okay, walang caller. Si Carl Quebec. And I was saying, if you have just joined this live stream, you're watching the 1 million guaranteed Metro Weekend Special. 475 players played this tournament and we are down right now to the final 7 players. Yung prize pool natin, 1 million lang ang guaranteed. Lumobo to 1.4 million. Yan. Carl Dakuro. Unsa man mo istorya diha? Okay. Boss Chops, medyo may sakit yung ating partner, Chuck Peregrino. Magpagaling ka. Jopao, naglalaro dito. Ang tanong, kailan mo siya makikitang umabot ng final table? Naglalaro naman yan si Noel Zarate pagka libre siya. Ayan. Aray ko po, Idol Lester Edok, shout out sa iyo, good luck sa grind. As we see Kenzo Mendoza folded to him at the hijack. Now he's widening his range. Why not? He's sitting on 3.4 million. But Carl Quebec, with ace jack off, he might 3-bet shove with this. Look at that mountain of chips in front of Kenzo Mendoza. Boss Lester Edok, wag mo na pong daanin sa stars. Papasok na lang ako dyan at i-recta mo na lang sa akin. I love. Ayan. Sabi ni Joe Bade. Sabi na sa dinig na naman daw niya, idol niya kaboses ni Dick Gordon. Okay. At least, di ba, celebrity? Alright. Ito na. Carl Quebec, 3-bet shove, all in for 530. So, Kenzo is gonna fold his Queen 7. Medyo mali ang timing. Yan ang kagandahan sa laro ni Kenzo. This guy's experienced enough to take spots like that, but he's not gonna overplay his hand. He's not gonna call loose. So, pretty tough to battle against Kenzo if he's sitting on this big stack. Sean Kirk, shout out to you. Kay Kenzo mo na lang itanong yan. Tam Ryan Medina, maayong gabi. Pa-shouter watching from Carmen, Davao del Norte. Ayan, maayong gabi. Diha sa Davao. Boss Lester, wag mo munang pakuha. Mamaya pag-break. I love. John Mall, shout out to you watching from Japan. Tonton, pa-flex si Carl. Ay, si Carl ang ating chip leader coming into this final table. Chops Chu are railing for Team Red Horse, Alexis Lim Eliezer Castillo. And good game to Joseph Sia. Jano Alvarez. Sino si Osnek Tiririt? Jano. Jonel Malate, shout out watching from Vancouver. As we return to this final table action, we see Edward Tan raising it to 80,000. Action is now on Alexis Lim. As I've said earlier, baka na-miss ninyo, Alexis Lim won this very tournament last year. There's only always 1 million weekend special last year and it was won by Alexis Lim. Now this is the 1 million 2023 edition and Alexis Lim is in the final table. Will he repeat his victory last year and defend this title? Shout out Doc Delphine Oporto, James Ayuma yung gabi, Rovel Liwag watching from Leyte. Hometown ni Carl Francis Quebec, aba? Okay, ayan. Osnek Kenso. Alright. Yeah, gets. Doc Delphine is from Digos, Davao del Sur. As Alexis Lim opted to fold his hand, now it's down to the big blind Maurilio Balawitan. And he's gonna call with his ace-7. The flop is king high. Mao still ahead, but it's not the person who or the player who opened this action. It's Edward Tan, who's poised to act right now. Lloyd Francisco, watching from San Carlos, Pangasinan. Shout out to you. Thank you for watching. And both players opting to check that flop. Turn is a 7. Now Mau Balawitan hits the 7 on the turn, but he checks it to Edward. Edward's probably gonna fire a bet here. Joens Castrense, shout out. Rowena Tuason. And Edward Tan sucking out his queen, earning the check marks. Both players check the river. Edward Tan is gonna win the pot with his queen high. I mean, when he hits his queen on the river. So that's 245,000 going to Edward Tan's way. And we are showing to you the current chip count right now. Canso Mendoza is still lording it over the other 6 players. Peng Jong, shout out to you. Frederick De Mayuga, shout out. Boss Triple J ng Novaliches. Kevin Rosal, shout out kay Master Aldon, Quebec. Alright. Oo. Hindi. Oh, sige, Jowens Castrense. Shoutout daw po kay Rowena Tuason. Ayan ha. Rowena, narinig mo na. Pina-shoutout ka ni Jowens. Oloski folding his hand. Alexis Lim, the only remaining Metro Team Pro in this final table. There were three that reached the final table, but William Ismael and Joseph Sia are both out of the tournament. Bernie Angeles, shout out and railing for Alexis Lim and Kenzo Mendoza. Alexis at the bottom right now with ace 8 offsuit. And Alexis Lim deciding to just take it down, apply maximum pressure. He goes all in, folded to him at the button with ace 8 offsuit. He shoves all of his 485,000 here. Francis Alcobenda, shout out to you. Hey, Terje Morgan, shout out to you, my friend from Norway. Shout out tanan sa mga taga-Tacloban, sabi ni John Saint. Mau Balawitan at the small blind with 10 deuce, he already folded. Benson Villasoto, shoutout sa asawa ko, Marjorie Cabanilla. Bati na raw kayo. Now, Kenzo Mendoza at the big blind with Queen 9 off. Good evening also to you, Attorney Ansel Adriano. Parang hindi kita nakita dito sa ating Metro Weekend Special. Hindi ka ba nakapaglaro? Harry Legaspi, shoutout from San Pedro, Laguna. Raymar Dizo, shoutout din sa'yo. Kenzo Mendoza is thinking even if he called this and he loses, it's not gonna affect him much. He's sitting on 3.3 million. He's thinking possibly if his Queen 9 is live against whatever Alexis shoved at the button. Ayon. Start na this week, Attorney Ansel. Start na tomorrow yung buong week natin, Batang Metro Poker Challenge. Of course, yung main event starts sa Wednesday. Pero tomorrow, pre-event, 500,000 guaranteed. Buy-in, 3,500. Dalawang flights bukas. Flight A, alas 3 ng hapon. Flight B, alas 7 ng gabi. Final day is on Tuesday, 2 p.m. Yan. Robert Paul Algoso, shoutout to you. Shoutout kay Arcel Umipig. Congrats na raw kagad. John Lasida, paano sumali sa mga tournament sa Metro? Punta ka lang sa Metro. Everyday may tournament dito. Ang maganda nyong gawin, you should like the Facebook page of Metro Card Club because they are very updated. Every day they update their tournament schedule and all necessary announcements. Frankie Manalo, shout out kay Edita Arevalo from Muntinlupa City. Oo, alam ko, maganda yung ano ni Tonton. Meron, alam ko may table audio eh. JR Quintela for this tournament, ang buy-in nito was 3,300. Edward Tan racing with Jack 9 suited clubs. He raised it to 125,000. That's quite big because the current blind is only 15,000, 30,000. Big blind ante of 30,000. But if you're looking to just take down the blinds, you raise big, make it difficult for players to call with mediocre hands. Carl Quebec on the big blind. And he will call this race by Edward with 10-6 suited. Medyo loose call yon on the part of Carl. But let's see. Might just pay dividends for him. And Edward Tan flopping top 2 rito. Carl checks. Maybe Edward can consider checking behind or itago niya yung hand strength niya by leading by betting or making a continuation bet here at the flop. So Edward betting 180,000. Unfortunately for him, wala namang tinamaan si Carl dito so baka wala na siyang mapiga unless Carl decides to turn his hand into a bluff and try to take down this pot. But he will opt just to fold, so Edward's gonna take down that one. John L. Malate, shoutout po sa asawa kong laging tama. Mas maganda yon. Happy wife is happy life. Mags Gonzalez, shoutout to you. Ray Van Valien, Angelito Lim. Alright, thank you guys for watching the ongoing live stream. Of course, to preserve the integrity of this live stream, kasi yung iba mga nag-iisip, baka hindi nakikita yung marano. Hindi po. Ang ating live stream is coming to you with a 20-minute delay. So we are just commentating on this, the 20-minute delayed version. So hindi rin nila kumbaga, ma-relay yung mga hand na napapanood right now. As blinds have just gone up, it's now 20,000, 40,000. And a big blind ante of 40,000. Eliezer Castillo, who was the shortest stack coming to this final table, but he was fortunate enough to have a triple up earlier that now is sitting on 435,000. He opened the action under the gun with Jack 3 suited, raising it to 2.5 almost. And look at that, Carl Quebec sensing that play of Oloski, 3-bet shoves him with Jack 9. Wow, what a move for Carl Quebec. I don't see how Uloski can call with his hand. And there's the fold. What good read. Parang may na-pick up doon si Carl Quebec sa demeanor ni Oloski. Kaya in-all-inan niya. Marlon Dati Ginoo, shout out from Ireland. Ayan. Bakit walang audio? We'll have them check it. May mic naman tayo sa final table. Let's see. Alright, eto, back to the action tayo. Alexis Lim, under the gun. Kenzo Mendoza with ace queen. Folded him at the cutoff. He raised it to 110. Edward Tan sa small blind. Connectors, 9-8. Relax may bunga. Pa-shoutout daw po sa misis kong maganda na at sexy pa si Madam Maika Kadayong. I love. Ayan. Ganyan mababatiin ng mga asawa. Di ba? Mags Gonzalez. Shout out. Tonton. Are you asking me kung nasa live ako? You mean kung nandito ako sa Metro? The answer is yes. Alright, eto back to the action tayo. Naka-all in si Mau Balawitan. Pero ito, Kenzo Mendoza, not yet finished with these big hands. Look at his cards. So pocket queens. I think Mau Balawitan's gonna be called here. Jeffrey Magsail, shoutout watching from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Rainiel Bueno. Shoutout sa kanyang asawa na si Daniela Mauricio. Doc Delfino Porto, yes, buhay na buhay pa ang Metro Card Club Davao. Kenzo all in all of his 3.4 million chips, isolating Mau Balawitan here. Attorney Ansel Adriano, ay asawa kong naknakan ng ganda at saksakan ng sexy. Ayan, Madam Myra Adriano. Happy watching po, Madam. Maraming salamat sa panonood. Eto na, tumapon na si Alexis. Mau Balawitan is gonna show his pocket threes. His two outer against the pocket queens of Kenzo. Mau Balawitan at risk of elimination here. Ang daming bara talaga ni Kenzo dito sa final table na to. Let's see. Two outer for Mau Balawitan. And the flop even favored Kenzo. Not that he needs it, but now he has an open-ended straight draw. The turn of deuce. Just two outs for Mau Balawitan. Will it come? It will not. So Mau Balawitan exits the tournament at pangilan na ba siya? Sixth place. Ayan. And Mau Balawitan will get 39,000 as cash prize plus a seat to the Batang Metro Poker Challenge main event. Ayan. Kiel Rivera, shout out po. Kopi Nico from Laguna, nanonood kami lahat. Ayan, shout out and thank you for watching. Paulo Orquilia, shout out sa pinsan kong si JR Orquilia. Ayan. Rafael Dizon, shout out to my wife Bambi Lara. Ayan. Thank you for watching, guys. Nick Martin, shout out sa Malolos, Bulacan. Nanonood kasama ang asawa ko na si Gina Florano. Ayan, shout out sa inyo. At ayan yung mga pa-shoutout. Leandro Nedogma Jr. Shoutout sa misis ko na si Jean Rose San Lorenzo. Ayan, payagan mo nga naman siya sumali para siya nang pinanonood mo. Eto, Eliezer Castillo. Ace 8 folded to him at the button. He might just shove with this. Let's see. Yes, and he just shoved all in. 385,000. Alexis Lim letting go of his 10-4 off.
Good timing. Good timing.
At walang ko-call doon sa shove ni Oloski. So he's gonna take down that uncontested pot. Albert Asuncion, shout out kay Miguel Velasco, ang 3-pointer ng Binangonan Rizal. Aba? Utred Ragnarsson, next tour is this week. This week is the start. Tomorrow, Monday, is the start of the Batang Metro Poker Challenge. They're kicking off the activities with a pre-event 500,000 tournament. That's a 2-day tournament with 2 flights, 2 elimination schedule. Flight A is at 3 in the afternoon and Flight B is at 7 in the evening. Buy-in is 3,500. Romel Sarabosing, shout out PCH1 Bukidnon, watching from Dubai. Ayan. Mark Pilia, shout out to you.
Hindi nga, dati walang gano'n tapos nilagyan ng ganito. Nakikita yung
Sige, tingnan natin kung hindi nyo naririnig yung audio sa table, pinapacheck natin sa ating mga
Okay na.
technical team.
Sit
Check daw natin yung audio kasi may gusto nila naririnig din yung usapan sa lamesa.
Oo. 7-4. Ano? Okay.
Popoy Ramos, shoutout daw kay Judy Ramos na birthday mamaya. Happy birthday.
Ano ba yun? Seat 7. Magkano chips mo?
490.
490. 490. 490. Oo. Hold them. Nasa 9 na tayo.
Kailan balik lahat sa ano na? 5
6-9 all in.
Ayon. Actually,
460.
may audio naman pala, sabi ng ating tech team. Pero medyo mahina lang talaga. Yung pick up. Mahina rin siguro boses ng mga players natin.
Hold 1.
Alright, ayan. Sige, tuloy natin ang ating coverage. Nick Martin, salamat po. Shoutout din sa inyo. Siyempre, talagang pinipilit kong basahin yung mga shoutout ninyo kasi, di ba, masarap din na habang nanonood tayo ng live stream nare-recognize kayo. Kayong sumusuporta sa ating mga live stream. Ayan. Jericho Padilla, Kuya Eko ng Davao. 1 million tournament sa Kadayawan. Araw ng Davao sa August 21 to 27. Diyan po sa Davao, diyan po ang kaisa-isang sister club ng Metro Card Club. Yan ang Metro Card Club Davao. And on August 21 to 27, they will be having their annual Kadayawan 1 million guaranteed tournament. Ayan. Okay. O, sabi ni Eton, pa-shoutout po sa maganda kong girlfriend na si Elanica Rosana. Ayun. I love. Si Mark Pillas naman, sa misis ba niya o girlfriend na si Josabel Dionisio. Eto, Alexis Lim. Pocket 10 sa cut-off pero si Oloski. Eliezer Castillo mukhang nag-race under the gun with King Queen suited. Slashkin, TCDN, shoutout sa girlfriend kong si Misha na laging galit. Huwag na galit. Eto, nag-iisip si Alexis Lim.
560.
Ano yung action niya?
Magkano? Ano?
I think he announced his all-in.
69 all.
Hindi natin medyo makita yung lamesa eh. Yes, he is. He's all-in.
One full. 560.
Under the ganyan.
Alright. Alexis Lim announcing all-in. Mukhang hindi naman nag-race si Oloski pala. Nag-limp lang siya. Limp lang siya under the gun. Carl at the small blind is not gonna call this.
Ay, ano ba?
Edward Tan sa big blind. Tapon din. And Oloski is gonna let go of his king queen suited.
Doon tatawag na ako. Ngayon lang ako hindi makakatawag na ako.
Oo. Oo, sobrang lakas. Oo, talagang ganon. Medyo malakas ang pickup. Mas malakas ang pickup ng mic natin kaysa sa mic nila. Wala tayong mga. Tingnan natin kung mapapatimpla natin sa ating mga technician. Ayan, Jeffrey Garcia. Shout out to you. Shout out, boss. First time mag-comment, testing, watching from Saudi Arabia habang nasa trabaho. Ayan.
King Queen Diamond.
John Isaig, shoutout daw sa maganda niyang girlfriend na si Maika Solomon. Okay. Shoutout din daw sa commentator sa Roadside Billiards, Candon City. Ipa-shoutout nyo rin ako sa kanya. Ayan. Okay. Ulitin nyo na lang yung ating mga pa-shoutout. Nick Martin, nambola ka pa. Yan, shoutout sa'yo, Nick Martin. Eto, under the gun, Alexis Lim with Queen Jack of suit.
9 fold.
Ayan. Oy, nanonood si Champ. Congratulations again, Champ. Edgar Asihan. Edgar Enrique Hill Asihan. Sabi niya, ulo short stock pero lalaban para magka-hair na. I love. Congratulations for being the champion ng 2 million guaranteed ng Poker Stars. Ayan. Kenzo with Ace Queen raising it at the cut-off to 110. Carl Quebec Pocket 5. Will this be enough for him to go all in? Yes, it is. Ayun na nga, 3-bet shove for Carl Quebec. Pocket 5s. And I think makokall siya rito ni Kenzo.
7 fold.
JL Gano, shoutout Pagadian City.
1 fold.
Ayun na.
2 cards.
There's the call by Kenzo. This is gonna be a flip. Ace Queen versus Pocket 5. Carl Quebec with Pocket 5s all in for his tournament life. He just needs to fade an ace or a queen to stay in this tournament.
Ano? Ayan nga. Ito, card flip 2.
Ayan, inaayos.
Okay na.
Ayan, ang ating dealer. The flop is Queen 9-3. Kenzo out flopping Carl. Now Carl is down to two outer.
Itong spade
He needs one of those two fives. It will not come. And Carl
ace to.
Francis Quebec exits the tournament
Ay, hindi, kung pangit na yun,
at
nanalo. Hindi mo na kumpit.
pangilan. Fifth. Pang fifth ba si Carl? JR Alvarez, shoutout sa inyo. Shout out Alas Brothers from Gilyer Alas.
Eugene Rock. Wala akong tangkol sa tulak mo sa inyo eh. Can't yung bilo. Gumamit lang ko.
Ayan. Alright, yun si Carl is out at 5th place. Nakakuha siya ng 46,500 cash prize. We are down to 4 players.
Kenzo, minimum third ka na.
Alright, Alvin Madrid, ba't ngayon lang kami nakapag-live? Kasi naglipat po ang Metro because yung main Metro Card Club is undergoing an expansion and renovation ngayon. So nandito ngayon ang temporary Metro Card, nandito sa second floor. Pag akyat nyo ng Papa Chups bar, may hagdanan doon. Pag akyat nyo, nandun ang Metro Card Club. Kevin, shoutout sa Team Pago Nation, Iloilo City. Ayan. Julius Navarro, shoutout pa na po sumali dyan. Magsimula ka, i-like mo muna itong Facebook page ng Metro Card Club. Nandito lahat ng announcement. Ayan, Gilbert Yap, shoutout daw kay Boss John Jojo Tech. Kenzo Mendoza, back to the action. Blinds at 20,000, 40,000. Big blind under 40,000. Kenzo Mendoza raising it to 110. Edward Tan with ace 10 suited.
Seven fold.
Alright. Eto, kumol si Edward dun sa race ni Kenzo. Flop is Queen Queen Deuce. Edward is ahead, but he doesn't know this. Of course, it's Kenzo who opened the action pre-flop. Kenzo betting
60.
60,000. That might just be enough for him to take down the spot. But Edward can opt to float. He doesn't do that. So Kenzo taking down that pot again. Erad Abanador, shoutout sa misis kong maganda na si Ann Abanador na kasama kong nanonood. Nag-explain ng game concept ng poker. Yan. Turuan niyo yung mga misis nyong maglaro ng poker para hindi na kayo napagbabawalan, di ba? Alright. Eto, we are down to 4 players dito. Jaser Gaming. Shout out to you. Sarap makalaro. Hindi nyo malalaman hanggat di nyo sinusubukan. So doon sa mga nagtatanong saan ba tong Metro Card Club, located ito sa Metro Walk Complex sa Ortigas, Pasig. Nasa tapat lang to ng Marriott. Ay, hindi pala. Ano bang hotel yon? Marco Polo Ortigas. Tapat lang to ng Marco Polo Ortigas. Nahanap to sa Waze. Naku po, boss. Isang magaling na poker player, negosyante at napakabait na boss. Big shout out to Boss T. Yan. At isama na natin si Big and Small Boss Jerome din ng Karma Amrak at G-Side. Ayan. These are the brains behind the success ng mga nightlife destinations sa Timog. And soon, sa Bulacan at sa Pampanga. Ayan. Team Amrak, Karma, and G-Side. Boss T. Lagman, Boss Tens. Shout out po sa inyo. Maraming salamat sa panonood. John Ramos. Shout out sa amo kong matipid dyan, Jojo Tech. Alvin Madrid, ba't puro taga-kaintap? O ba? Talaga ba? Maria Buemio, nakakamiss maglaro dyan sa MetroCard. Lagi lang nandito ang MetroCard. Anytime, everybody's welcome. Ayan.
Sevenfold.
Yan. Pagka nasa Timog kayo, wala nang ibang pasyalan. Napakarami dyan. Andyan ang Karma. Pag chill-chill lang. Pag gusto nyong tugs-tugs, andyan ang G-Side. I think the hottest club right now. Hands down in QC. And of course, kung gusto nyo masarap ang pagkain and may stand-up comedy, Amrak. Di ba, Boss T? Yan. Marco Almirez, shoutout kay Eli Gamalong. Next champ daw siya ng Batang Metro. I love. See you, Team Davao. Dito sa Batang Metro this week.
Nag-race po. 9.
Ayan. Nick Martin, shoutout ulit natin dahil nag-like, follow ka. Shoutout ulit natin ang napakaganda mong asawa na si Gina Florano. Ayan. Madam Gina Florano, shoutout sa iyo. Maraming salamat sa panonood. Nag-race si Alexis, kumol si Edward. Alexis Lim flopping a straight
6 check.
and a flush draw pa. Edward with Asa, yung alas niya heart. Let's see, Alexis should slow play this hand. Let's see how he does it.
9 bet. 40.
Alexis betting the flop para itago yung lakas ng kanyang baraha. Pero ito, mukhang magwo-work. Snap call si Edward with his ace high. Ayun na nga. Nabuo na yung flush. So definitely magbabayad sa street na to si Edward. Baka nga erase pa niya. Tingnan natin ang gagawin. Ayun, nag-lead out na. Blocker bet ang ginawa ni Edward. Shout out sa Team Sugal ng Cebu City. From Ognir, Sadaya. Edward leading out with 100,000 bet. He's sitting on 1.1 million. Alexis with 470. Siguro iniisip niya, ito na ba yung time na i-all in ko na to? I-commit ko na si Edward or i-slow play ko pa rin, flat call pa rin ako to maximize. And yes, yun ang ganyang ginawa. Just call. Let's see the river. Oh my God. What a development. Edward Tan with a backdoor flush. Alexis doesn't like that. He might be in trouble now. Yun ang iniisip ni Alexis. He didn't like that fourth heart na lumanding, and true enough kasi biglang nakuha ni Edward Tan ng panalo. Aray ko po. Ayan, ang daming mga asawang nanonood dito sa aksyon na to. J.R. Ramos, ang mabait at maganda niyang asawa na si Maribel Alpes. And Archangel Lauta, shoutout sa asawa ko na si Nestle Ann Lauta. Kanina pa din nanonood. Ayan. Shoutout po sa inyong mga mag-asawa. Thank you for making the live stream of the Metro Card Club final table your Sunday habit. Ayun.
6 bear.
Bet si Edward.
150.
Pumiga. Magkano ang binet ni Edward dito? Let's see. How much did he bet? He bets 150. It's almost crying to be called. Wow. Can Alexis Lim get away? Can he save 150,000? What a development. Ang sakit nito. Flopping a straight on the flop with a flush draw. Getting your flush draw on the river only to lose. I mean, on the turn only to lose to a higher flush on the river.
Bakit queen
Ayun
talaga?
ang call. Wala. Talagang call talaga. Wala siyang magagawa. And he will see the bad news.
Bakit queen ka? Queen on the flop?
And his hand gesture is saying, what can I do? Even shows his hand. What a heartbreaker for Alexis Lim, the defending champion of this 1 million weekend special from last year. Swerte si Edward Tan.
Kamaya siya sa third, di ba? Kamaya ka ba third? Ah, third kaya mo yun, ha?
Yun lang.
Natalo na lang sa kanya, king tsaka alas eh.
Ognir Saday is asking, meron bang metro sa Cebu? Dati meron. Pero nagsara na ata sila. Pero marami tayong card room ngayon na existing sa Cebu. Andyan ang Voyagers Poker Club. Tapos meron din ata sa Waterfront. Yan, last 4 players mga kaibigan. This is the final table of the 1 million guaranteed Metro Weekend Special happening right now here at the Metro Card Club, home of the Philippine Poker Champions in Ortigas, Pasig. Ito, Alexis Lim reeling from that suck out down to 220,000. That's 6 bigs. Ayan. Oy, sabi ni Alex Taneo, advance happy birthday sa asawa niya na si Madam Doris Tadeo this coming Wednesday, August 16. Happy birthday to you, Madam Doris Taneo. John Ramos railing for Kenzo Mendoza. Rasol Panandigan, meron bang metro sa Mindanao? Well, yung Metro Davao, ang Davao is nasa Mindanao. Metro Card Club Davao, meron. Alexis Lim, open shoves under the gun with Queen 6 suited. Folded to Kenzo Mendoza, the chip leader. 5.3 million, 9-6 suited. But Kenzo hasn't been loose calling, even though he has a big stack. So very disciplined play for Kenzo. Edward Tan asking Eliezer Castillo kung ilan pa yung natitira ng chips. Edward Tan with 5-4 suited.
Total, sa 200 na lang.
200. Call 6.
Alas.
Okay, Edward Tan calls Eliezer Castillo. Now looking at Ace King, he's gonna shove this. And I think Edward Tan will be forced to call kasi nakommit na siya.
Teka lang, hindi ka pa siyang mo... Wala naman, sinabi na wala.
Uy, maganda. Alas, balik ko call din ng 100 more.
Nakommit na siya yon. Yun na yung call.
Alas na yun.
310.
Okay. Lester Maghari, shout out to you. Ace King, 3-way pot here between Alexis Lim, who's all in for his tournament life with Queen 6 suited, called by Edward Tan with 5-4 suited diamonds, and Eliezer Castillo with Ace King off. So Edward Tan covers the 2 other players. He covers both Uloski and Alexis.
Sabi ko pa pag-bid na alas. Alas nga. Alayin mo yung alas para...
Okay na.
Isa lang.
Ayan, inaayos lang. Yung Queen 6 kay Alexis Lim, yung Ace King kay Oloski at yung 5-4 kay Edward. So pag nanalo si Edward dito, double bust out to. Kasi cover niya si Oloski and Alexis. Let's see. The flop is King 3-5. Oloski flopping top pair. Turn is a 3. So para manalo si Edward at mascoop niya, 5 na lang ang kailangan lumabas. And the 4 of clubs Hindi enough yon kahit nag 2 pair si Edward kasi nagpares na yung 3. So counterfeit ni Oloski yung 2 pairs ni Edward. Pero si Alexis Lim, the third and last
Grabe
Metro Team Pro, exiting the final table at fourth place. Good game to you, sir. No back-to-back championship for
minimum second na.
Alexis Lim,
Out yung
but he earns 58,000 for his efforts
Ayaw niya po.
and a main event seat to the Batang Metro uh, Challenge. Oloski with a triple up, down to the last three players.
Sarap sa pa rin si
Oo, hindi double knockout 'yon kasi nagpares na yung 3 sa turn. So, 5 na lang talaga ang pag-asa ni Edward Tan na mas-scoop yung pot. Even kahit nag 2 pairs siya sa 3, baliwala na. Kasi ang best 5 na is the king and the 3. Ayon. Alright. Yan. Panay na ang lagok ni Oloski ng Agua de Pataranta. Ayon. Humuhulas na. Ha? Humuhulas na si Oloski.
Winted na. Ayaw mo na hawakan mo.
Okay. Ayan yung chip count natin. 5.3 million massive lead for Kenzo Mendoza. 69% of the total chips and play na kay Kenzo.
big blind.
Alright. JR Chua, shout out. Mga Lords watching from Legazpi City, Albay. Wow, Oloski now starting to get the cards. Pocket kings for him at the button. Three-handed play.
Call 7.
He just limps. He wants to set the trap. He just limps on the button. Which is okay lang kasi 300 na to. So talagang ang lakas na ng mga made hand dito. Kenzo Mendoza coming in for the ride. Edward Tan, his chance to see a cheap flop with 8-4 suited. And
Hit one check.
Oloski even flops top set here. Tumama si Kenzo ng queen mid-pair at may gut shot pa siya sa straight. Tingnan natin ang gagawin ni Oloski.
7. Bet.
He bets this.
120.
120,000 ang bet ni Oloski dito. Pa-flat lang si Kenzo. I think this is the cue for Edward to get out of the way. Unless he's hoping for another runner hearts. He's gonna float his suited hand. No, he will not. So heads up between Kenzo and Oloski, the chip leader and the shortest stack. Turn of 5, no help for Kenzo. He checks it to Oloski. Rav Gian, shoutout watching from Myanmar. At sa kanyang mga poker friends sa Bangladesh. Okay. Mark Arsiaga, see you this December when you come home.
7 all in.
Ang ganda nung galaw ni Oloski. Shinav niya na to. Parang naramdaman niyang pwede siyang makall ni Kenzo rito. And Kenzo can really call here because this is already 300 play. Ang didesisyonan na lang niya, kaya bang shumav ni Oloski ng bluff? Pwede ka rin open-ended, flush draw. si Oloski rito. Let's see if successfully na itago ni Oloski yung lakas ng kanyang baraha. Pero hindi umi-snap call. Si Kenzo talaga nag-iisip. Wow! Discipline game for Kenzo Mendoza. Discipline fold
Ah.
for Kenzo. Ayun. Sa tuwa ni talagang nahuhulasan na. Si Oloski panay ng pakita ng baraha. Okay, we're gonna go on a break. I think this is the first break ng ating final table. We're also gonna go for a break. Ayan po, nakikita nyo yung remaining time. So time nyo na para mag CR break din. Magkita-kita tayo. We'll be right back after the 10 minutes, 6 minutes na lang na natitirang break sa ating final table.
Round 10.
4.630.
Ha?
4.630.
4.630. Ano si Plan? This one. 4.6.
4.630.
4.6.
4,630,000.
4,630,000.
1.1.
Dito.
Sa Sweet 6.
One million 410,000.
1 million.
410.
1 million. Parang ko lang isa. Sweet 6, 400. Ay, 1 million 410. Ah.
1.1.
1.1. One point four ten. Balance.
Isit pa to.
Sir Romeo!
Isit pa.
Tara. Go. Ano ka pa sa ICM?
Anong blind? Pakita. Anong blind?
Papayag ako, bibigyan mo ako. Pero, paano ko papayag eh?
Ha? 60. Okay na, go na. Ay, wait lang, okay na. Okay na. Okay na daw. Oo. Sino ba yung nakupo dito?
Boss, game na.
Okay na daw.
60.
30. 30 lang.
Yeah, 30.
Shoot one cold.
Ako na, no?
Shoot six cold. Seven raise. 260. 260.
200 to call.
Ito na? Ito na? Nag-limp ka ba? Ba't ito na? Ayun ba?
Ano na, marami to. Oh, dumami.
780 likod.
Ito na ba yun? Malaki ah. Pocket 6.
Bakit manipis yung bala? Bakit 6 mo nilagay?
Ang laki!
Bakit 5?
Ang laki. Mga guys. Sige, sige.
Isay ako isa.
Cold.
Hold, hold.
All right, we are back from that break, and we're down to the last three players
Pero
of this 1 million guaranteed weekend special. And we're coming to you. We're continuing our live stream with a 20-minute delay. You can see the current chip count. Kenzo Mendoza still lording it over the other two players. Gihana Solis, shout out to you.
kung gusto makita yung resulta ng ICM, tanong mo paano po ICM? Hindi, tanungin mo muna siya. Kasi ang dami
Yes,
mo eh.
Elmer Kalakyan, Mayor Body Boy Blue. Good luck kay Anton the Dragon Raga playing the finals in the European Open against David Alcaide from Spain.
Ano yun? Chop-chop?
Take it down, the Dragon, Anton Raga.
Based on total hits. Sobrang dami sa kanya eh. Siguro, magkano yung champion? 320? Mga 280 siya.
Edward Tan,
6 raise. 200. 200. 200.
Marco Rojas. Ang natitira na lang tatlo, yung third place
Laki na nga.
is will be getting 85,750. Yung second place will be getting 165,000 at yung champion 325,000. Yan na lang ang natitirang last three payouts natin.
One call.
Gene Santos, paano makasali? Pumunta dito sa Metro Card Club kasi live tournament to. Ang pinakamaganda nyong gawin, i-like ninyo ang Facebook page ng Metro Card Club kasi nandun lahat ng announcement nila. Alright. Battle between the dealer button and the big blind. Edward Tan at the dealer's button. Kenzo Mendoza at the big blind. Flop is ace high. Kenzo checks it to Edward. Christopher Mack is saying Kenzo's playing an excellent poker. I agree. I agree. Very controlled, very balanced play by Kenzo Mendoza.
Six check.
And it helps that he's also getting all the breaks. An example was that Kings versus Kings that he took down via a one card flash. And look at this. He spiked the 7 on the river, on the turn rather. Now he's ahead over the King Jack of Edward. Let's see if he's gonna take advantage of that. Marco Ross, wala pong nakakaalam. I agree, Christopher Mackey.
160. 160.
All right, Kenzo. That's a good move by Kenzo. You want to lead out the turn on that part just to gauge really where you're at. So if Edward Tan is wise to this move, he can probably raise this. But how do you do that against the chip leader of the table? That's very tough to do. And that's enough. The good move by Kenzo. Enough for Edward to let go of his hand. So the rich keeps getting richer. I'm talking about Kenzo Mendoza leading this three-handed final table for the 1 million weekend special championship. Kenzo Mendoza, Edward Tan, Eliezer Uloski Castillo. Troy Angkog, wala pong Champions Tournament to. Mucho gusto. Shout out to you. Body Boy Blue, go for gold. Anton Raga.
Ikaw nanalo last time? Lalo hindi na siya papayag. Sa ICM.
Small blind.
Almost makukuha niya pa.
Guaranteed na yung 85 sa ating labanan.
Madadagdagan lang na ang karap po. Sa
Action pa lang niya ngayon.
almost
Okay.
8 lang yung total stock ng playing skip. 5 game na sa kanya.
Six one.
Kenzo Mendoza, the small blind, putting Edward Tan all in by pushing out a stack of pink chips there. Yung pink chips po, that's valued at 50,000 while the gray chips are valued at 10,000.
Kasama yung naka-post 1.1.
Kenzo Mendoza, 5 million in chips. Uloski, 1.1 million. Edward Tan, 1 million. Both Uloski and Edward Tan hovering over 17 bigs.
Kumbaga, yun, tumama pa nila yung mga 324.
Shout out Juno Vegas, Ace Rimbaw, 2-day tournament po ito. Key. Shout out Lodge from Dipolog City. Iking Parinas, magkano ba yung 3-3?
Naman natin siyang kausapin kung paano ba.
Sabi ni James Curry, opo, mainit po talaga ngayon. Medyo pagpasensya natin. Pero ang advice po ng management ng Metro, I think by tomorrow they will be installing additional aircon units. So mag-i-improve na po ang ano.
One race, 150, 150. Six call.
So ito, Kenzo Mendoza continues his aggressive play. He raised at the button with King 7. Edward Tan calls with 10-8 suited. Uloski with 7-4 suited also calls.
Ah, wait lang. 8 jack, 7. 7 of diamond. Okay na. Action 6. Set. 350, 350. 7 call.
Alright, the flop is Jack 8-7. Both Edward and Kenzo hitting their cards on the flop. Edward ahead with 8, Kenzo with 7. Christopher Maki, I think there's about 4 day ones for the main event. Action now on Kenzo Mendoza as Edward leads out with a 350,000 bet. Kenzo, very disciplined, doesn't want to float, letting go of his hand. He knows he has a big advantage. He doesn't want to rush into things and be careless by doing loose calls. As we see the cumulative winnings, that simply means the amount of chips the player has garnered since or has won since coming into the final table.
6 race, 200.
Ayon, sabi ni Relix, may bunga, day 1A to 1E. That's gonna be 5. 5 day ones.
7 fold.
Hindi na balik mo.
Kano pa behind yun? Complete lang. Sorry.
Ayan, Danilo Senya, I'm sure nababasa nila itong comment mo
1.1
about your offer.
plus.
Alright. Or siguro gusto mong lapitan na mismo si Madam Maydin Advincula to submit a proposal if ever. Edward Tan raising it to 200,000 with ace 8 off. Kenzo Mendoza with also ace high. At the big blind, will he defend?
On in, 1.
And he shoves it. 3-bet shoves it. Let's see. He turned the table to Edward Tan, applying maximum pressure. Kyle Edward Tan gambles with his ace 8 off. Thinking about it. He doesn't know it, but he dominates the hand of Kenzo. But of course, he doesn't know it. Tayo lang ang nakakakita niyan because we have the benefit of seeing the cards. Edward Tan being asked to rest his tournament life. He's not gonna do it. He folds, maximum pressure. That's what a big chunk of chips can help your game in a three-handed final table.
Buti, ang laki ng open niya. Kung wala ko, kung wala. 10-9.
Yan, sabi ni Bill Andrew Maglaki, dumami na raw ang malulupit na manlalaro sa Pinas. Mabuhay ang pokaristang Pilipino. Gigas saying in GTO, A4 suited all in textbook, yes, against that move. Christopher Mackey is congratulating Eliezer Oloski for the ICM, a great comeback. I don't know if they have agreed to an ICM deal yet. Yeah, no deal. I think no deal. But yeah, definitely good comeback for Oloski, who's been for the longest time the shortest stack on the table. Now he
142.
opens this action with Ace 9 off at the button. Kenzo Mendoza might just come along with Jack 9 suited.
Kano likod?
750.
One fold.
He folds. Edward Tan
Six call.
is gonna defend his big blind with Queen Deuce off. Tawag dito ng mga local pokerista, Rufa May.
380.
Rufa May.
Six check.
Alright, the flop is King 3-9.
Seven all in.
Oloski hitting mid pair.
All in.
Edward checks to him. Oloski
Six
goes
fold.
all in. Edward's gonna fold.
Jack 9.
Nothing to continue with for Edward Tan.
Jack 9 spades ako.
Ayun, nakita mo yung baraha ko. Lamang pera, ang dami yung puro.
I demands. I demands eh. Watching from Norway. Shout out to you. Gerald Alikoben Pakulan. All in Jack 9. Shout out from Tampak, England.
Ginam ko na, baka kumuli siya ng 9. Sabi ko, lamang na ako kayo. Pag king, babayaran ko rin eh. Tatlo na lang tayo. No sense din. Kahit
Alright, we go back to the action.
makikita yun.
This is the 42nd hand. Hand number 42 for this final table. The blinds right now 30,000, 60,000. We're doing the big blind ante. Edward Tan gives the walk. I think that's the first walk of this final table to Eliezer Castillo. Jonathan Meneses, shout out to you from Saudi. Parang biglang dumami yung mga galing abroad. But anyway, sige. Jason Zuniga from Texas. Alton Siams from Kidapawan City. Shout out. Demaliari from Hungary.
Flat ka pa ba ron? Baka pit ka?
Yan ang maganda. Jessa Manguera watching from the bedroom. Yan ang maganda. I love. Enjoy, relax, and watch Metro Weekend Special Final Table live stream.
Seven fold.
And Eliezer Castillo paid it forward by giving the walk to Kenzo Mendoza.
Nagparami ka ng ganyang kabilis. Daya mo eh. Dapat ba? Ha?
Nararamdaman ko lang ako. Kanina, 3 tables. Pareho lang sa akin.
All right, action continues
Yung bubble time.
here.
Puro walang ginawa.
Bubble time ng ITM.
Oo. Naglang ko pa nga si Vlad, matatlo tatakawa sa
Seven fold.
Mark si Brad, no? Kay
Christopher Mag is saying Filipinos are such travelers because a lot of shout outs are coming from different parts of the world.
Tingtin, no? Medyo
Joel Cruz, see you
All in.
August 24.
Six
But right now watching us from Texas.
sabi ko pag gano'n mag-pero. Sabi ko na magagawa, pera kayo.
All right.
Call tumulak kung call siya eh. Siya yung tumulak.
Now Kenzo is holding 73% of the total chips in play. Massive lead for Kenzo Mendoza. As we shout out Jerome Vicente is watching from Qatar. Christian Fernando, no ICM deal yet. Hiroshi Kaito, shout out from Las Vegas, Nevada.
One fold.
Kenzo leading the blinds.
All in.
Edward Tan, open shove at the small blind, folded to him
Wala, 7. Pero,
with King High. That's a good shove with King High.
huli ng pares.
Seven,
Nothing
fold.
to call with for Oloski.
A7, tatakot siya.
No, tatlo na lang eh. Hindi naman house and lot yung page niya para... King 7 nga, magtatlang ako eh.
King 7 suited call lang.
Ano, pinagkaiba yun. Basta, nasa akin na kung kakalabitin ko.
All right, Edward Tan at the bottom with Queen 8 suited.
Basta may panalo sa'yo sa headset. Pag ikaw pa rin
Six call.
nakakuha, wala na, GG na.
Seven, fold.
Kenzo Mendoza at the big blind. Queen 5 off.
One check. Cancel.
Edward just flatting at the bottom.
One check. Six check.
Edward still ahead. Kenzo hitting his 5.
One bet, 70. 7-0.
On the turn, he leads out for 70,000. Quick call from Edward who improved to an open-ended straight draw. 10 on the river. Kenzo Mendoza and getting the check mark.
One bet.
Uy, my favorite player. Jun Talosig. Shout out to Boss Cholo and Madam Jerica. Happy birthday po sa inyo. Ayan. Happy birthday po, Boss Cholo at Madam Jerica. From my favorite player, Junix Talosig. Kenzo betting 120,000 on the river. Edward contemplating, probably thinking of turning his hand into a bluff. If he wants to do that, he's gonna 3-bet shove this.
Six call.
Call lang ang ginawa.
Five.
He calls with Queen High, sees the 5, max his card, more chips coming to Kenzo's way.
Queen high din. Hindi yung skin.
Carl Kevin Sario. Shout out to his lovely wife, Nazca Joy, and his son, ZK and KZ. Ayan.
Kaya pawalda ako.
Shout out Mami Nazca Joy and
Kasi nagtangka sa iyo.
sons ZK and KC. Thank you for watching.
Dealer na.
Jojo Magpayo, shout out from Satwa, Dubai.
1 point. Wala.
Susungayin na talaga tayo.
Ano yung blind?
All right.
Anong save?
Kung di ako itik, isa rin.
John Harris
Next time, hindi na-
watching us from Lublin, Poland. Thank you for watching, sir.
Oh, 2-4
Ano
lang.
yun?
Stick ako. Ang dami na eh, di ba? Pwede kita mapapayag eh. Kaso wala.
Payag ako nun. Tayo.
Ang ang dami niya eh.
Sabi niya yung second third eh.
JP Hernandez.
Kaya hindi
Shout out from Banganga.
kaya yung alok niyang ICM, 250, hindi ka agad 750. Logo na tayo. Mababawasan yung premyo niya. 40 mil.
Kailangan ko lang ng first trophy.
Kasi sisilatin pa namin ikaw. Kaso kinakuha mo pa rin eh.
Yeah.
Kung magkukumbay yung pitya namin, may silat ko eh. Pero talaga, ang galing mo eh. Bottom pair, nakakabalyo din. Alam mo ano, nakikita yung bara niya, A-size. Napakol mo pa.
Sumay kang aces.
Check lang po. Call lang siya. Call lang siya. Tapos check. Okay.
Raymond Bueno, shout out from Macau. Brian Silva, shout out watching from Mactan Air Base. And Billy Antla, shout out sa'yo bago ka matulog. Good night. We go back to the action. Edward Tan hitting 9 on the turn. Kenzo Mendoza, two pairs on the flop. This might be trouble for Edward. He might think his 9 is good here. Kenzo earning the check mark. He goes all in. Polarized move.
Lang eh, kung di niya makukuha yung
Edward.
expect game ka,
It's not gonna fall for that.
temple siya.
He folds to Kenzo.
Hindi mo naman kailangan sa akin lang pakita, makikita naman na temple siya. Super on the flop.
And Edward stack slowly going to Kenzo. He's down to 8 bigs now. 530,000 in chips. The blinds are 30,000, 60,000. Big blind ante of 60,000.
Hindi ko na i-shop, king 10 ang puta. Kaya sabi ko, uy, malakas ko call sa all in yung mga. Tinamaan mo ako, babol
All
pa.
right, here we go.
King 10 ako nun eh, parang di ako call sa river.
Hand number 48.
Ang puta ng email.
Edward Tan continues to spew chips here.
Ngayon, 10-3.
Yun, sa'yo na.
6 off.
Depende.
Edward open shoves.
Size yung
King high. 530,000. Oloski with a6. He might just call. Yes, he does.
Call.
Oloski ahead of Edward. Edward holding live cards. King 3. His tournament life on the line. Oloski with a6.
Okay na.
ay, eight. Sige, diamante. Kaya yun naman. Kalaman.
9 to 7.
Can't see the flop yet right now. The graphics is delayed.
Okay na.
There's the flop. 9 high. No help for Edward. 8-6 outs for him.
10 space.
It will not come. Oloski even rivered the straight there. So Edward Tan, good game to you, sir. Out at third place. And he is gonna get 85,750 for his efforts. Plus a main event seat. And look at this now. Oloski, short stack majority of the way. But now is in a heads up against the very controlled game of Kenzo Mendoza.
Sige na, laro na.
Anything can happen now.
The best man.
Of course, Mendoza leading this heads-up match against Eliezer Castillo. I think 3-1 if I'm not mistaken.
Magagawa na naman ang stake ko sa akin. From short stack to heads up. I love.
Sinabang ko rin sa talo.
And Metro Card Club's Joven Huerto displaying the championship trophy in between the two protagonists. Kenzo 5.7. Oloski 1.4. So 4-1 chip advantage. 5-1 chip advantage for
1.4.
uh,
Oh, 1.5 na mag-start.
Kenzo.
Tayo, 6M.
And if you ask Oloski what's the secret for reaching heads up despite being the shortest stack, 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Take one down, pass it around, 98 bottles of beer on the wall. That's the secret for Oloski. We go back to this heads up.
100,
Kenzo
150, 150.
racing it to 150. Oloski, king high,
67 all in.
shoves all in. Oloski
Come
not
on!
gonna let
Come
the big stack of Kenzo intimidates him. You race me, I'm gonna shove to you. That's what he's trying to tell Kenzo here.
Point
I'm gonna be
guys.
dictating the
1.2
tempo,
seconds.
not you.
Ha? Ah, 1.410.
1.410.
Ayun na!
So Kenzo trying to gauge how much will be left to him should he lose, should he decide to call and lose this
Okay.
hand.
Makikita mo rin
And
naman mamaya.
again, Kenzo maintaining
King high, king high
control
ako.
in his game.
King high. Makikita
And
rin naman mamaya eh. Hindi, kailangan pa.
Oloski giving free information to Kenzo by showing his hand. Maybe blame it to the 98 bottles of beer on the wall.
Nakakita ng galaw si Jabar eh. Ano si Jabar? 2025 main event
Hand
champion.
number 51. We are down to heads up. Either Kenzo Mendoza or Eliezer Oloski Castillo will be the champion of this 1 million guaranteed weekend
2025
special.
tournament tayo, walang
Oloski
membership.
limping in with ace 6 suited. Kenzo checking this. Kenzo hitting the queen on the flop.
Mm.
He checks to Oloski
7
who
bet
fires 60,000.
0. With one call.
Of course, Kenzo's gonna string along.
Check.
And look at that, the turn of ace. Maybe the tides are turning now and favoring Oloski. Oloski spiking top pair on the turn.
67 bet 110.
He bets another 60. Sorry, 110.
Call.
Kenzo calls this.
With one check.
And Oloski earning the check mark.
67 bet 400.
Bets 400 or 300? 400. Polarize his bet on the river. Will Kenzo.
Ace.
There's the call by Kenzo. He has a hand to call. Unfortunately for him, Oloski spiking a better hand on the turn. So nowhere to go for Kenzo but just to pay up. And Oloski getting some chips to go toe to toe with against Kenzo. Oh,
Bumilib ka pag
eh,
ako yung pipicturean. Ibig sabihin, ibang klase.
yes, Christopher Mackey. We should hook up with San Miguel Corporation. Ian Fernandez is liking the gameplay of Oloski. Relix May Bunga saying turning table na. Umeepekto ng espiritu ng ala kay Oloski.
This one raise 150. 150.
Kenzo with king 5 suited, raising it to 150. And look at that. Oloski now getting the hands that he
7,
wants.
500.
He 3 bets to 500,000. The race of Kenzo. Kenzo contemplating on this 3 bet. He doesn't want
One call.
the momentum to go to Oloski, but he's gonna call that 3 bet with his king 5 suited. Flop is ace queen 5. Oloski hitting top pair with top kicker. Let's see what he's gonna do. The pot is 1 over a million.
380.
380. 380.
He bets 380. Will Kenzo pay him off at this street with bottom pair? The worst thing that Kenzo can do is to float and hope that he hits king on the turn. He's down to 2 outs. Of course,
Mm.
he doesn't know that yet.
1.37.
Only another 5 can win him this hand should he decides to continue. Kenzo in the tank right now, trying to figure out what Oloski is sitting on. Tough spot for Kenzo to make a hero call with bottom pair. But sometimes he knows, sometimes it works, sometimes it's not. The problem here is even if he makes a good call on the flop, there's 2 cards to go. So pwede pang matalo yung 5 niya. But he made the fold. Good fold for Kenzo Mendoza.
Fold. Siya fold.
Discipline prevailing over that impulse to call. And another 500,000 in chips going to Oloski's way.
2.780. 2.8.
This is hand number 53. I think the 4th hand of this heads-up match. Eliezer, Oloski, Castillo at the bottom with 10-7 suited. He's gonna lip in. Cancel checking. Both players gonna see a cheap flop.
Si Ron Ryan, umalis lang. Pilipinas.
Paired flop. 5-3-3. Both players checks. Turn is another 5. And I think they just wanna bring this to the river. Now it's a split pot. But Uloski can get this. Yes, with that move.
461.
That's the advantage of playing in position. You get to figure out your opponent and sometimes steals the pot. hand number 54
Small bet
for
lang
this
siya, di ba?
final table. We are currently on the heads up
Kaya nga, tatawag
between
race. Kaya
Kenzo Mendoza and Eliezer
race ka
Uloski
pala.
Castillo. Both players very, very experienced. Kenzo giving the walk to Uloski.
Okay, isa pa.
Kenzo should not rush this. He has the advantage of stack. And he's controlling the pacing. He doesn't want to give the full momentum to Oloski. Jack Deuce and Oloski returning the favor to Kenzo. Both players with uh, polarized hand or cards. All right, 26 seconds remaining for this level, and we're gonna have a blinds up. Kenzo with aces at the button. Wow! Ito yung mga part na
Hindi, nung tatlo, meron pa.
tatalo ng puso mo when you see
Iniwan
this.
ko, hindi pumayag eh.
Let's see what he does.
Take one, 150 total. 150.
He made the standard. He raised it to 150,000. Uloski with Queen 4 suited enough to make the call. The worst thing that can happen is for Uloski to hit any of the two cards he has, especially that one, Queen High, top pair for Uloski. He checks this to Kenzo. He just might check raise this. Kenzo betting 150.
7 raise. 7
And Uloski, to the advantage of Kenzo, is almost showing telling Kenzo what he has with that raise, 700,000. Parang ibinuka na ni Uloski yung barahan niya kay Kenzo dito. There's a possible straight, pero ang straight hindi babalik ng ganong kalaki. Two pairs hindi rin babalik ng ganong kalaki. So, malakas na ang kutob ni Kenzo na top pair ang tinamaan dito ni Uloski. And I think it's just gonna flat this and let Uloski hang himself. Pag flat dito ni Kenzo, hindi ako magugulat kung shashaban na siya ni Uloski sa turn. Ayun, in-all-inan na siya. Ayun, in snap call ni Uloski. Alam na ni Kenzo na top pair na si Uloski. Hindi na aalis. And Uloski is down to 5 outs or to survive this hand, or we're gonna have ourselves a champion now. Uloski needs another queen or a 4. The 10 pair, so it's just a queen for Uloski. It will not come, ladies and gentlemen. Your 1 million guaranteed weekend special champion. Well-deserved victory for Kenzo Mendoza. Coming into the tournament to the final table, running second chips, taking chip leadership and maintaining it until the end. Very, very good game for Kenzo Mendoza. Props to Eleazar Oloski Castillo, who came in short a stack but was able to grind himself up to the heads up match. And that's gonna be it for our live stream coverage. Congratulations again for all the players who made it to the final table. Again, starting tomorrow, start na po ng Batang Metro Poker Challenge. And we're kicking off with the pre-event. 500,000 guaranteed, buy-in of 3,500. We will see you tomorrow. And maraming side events. Main event is 5 million guaranteed. All roads will be leading to the Metro Card Club tomorrow. But for now, we're gonna say goodbye to you. Thank you. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng nanood. Abangan nyo because we might do a live stream for the final table of the pre-event on Tuesday. Again, mga kaibigan, maraming salamat po. Ito po ang inyong lingkod, Jester Intia, nagsasabing magandang gabi at mabuhay ang manlalarong pokeristang Pilipinas.